That's ChatGPT or your Claude.
I know, Crystal. I have 1,188 texts, 808 missed calls. I don't even know how many emails, and then LinkedIn messages. But
I just suggested he delete them all and try again tomorrow.
I mean, if they want to get a hold of you, they'll try you back.
Exactly.
the ones that really did, they have got a hold. They're like, hey, I seen that you were out on vacation. I wanted to follow up. Here's where we're at. So I'll wait a couple of minutes, but I'll show some things on my OpenClaw that I came up with. And then Perplexity launched Computer, which is pretty cool. I'm testing that out. Has anyone checked that out yet?
I have not.
You're on mute.
I saw the launch, but I didn't do anything with it. I got OpenClaw all set up. I'm running my first 6-agent launch right now. I'm doing a test. Everything's running in Cron and heartbeats and everything else. So
What are you having to do right now?
I'm having to do sales. So first, I have a whole bunch of different agents. One is called Scout, drills into industries, and then layers of industries to find out who's hiring, 5 to 10 layers deep to find out exactly what positions. And then I have an agent called Lens that takes this Scout information and then finds company data based on that and contact data. And then I have one called Finder that maps out the full buying committee for each company. And then I have one pen that actually writes content for me. And then one scribe that's actually working with the Google Sheet.
Good shit, Dean.
And then
quickly on that. That was 2 weeks ago. You weren't even set up yet.
Yeah, and then I got to still connect it through connectors, which I wanted to talk to you guys about. If anybody's using them, either use a Blitz to get enriched data, to get the contact information, pull that in, how that's going to actually happen, and then actually, deploy it either via a desktop and having it use my browser or doing it in some other way. I want to automate that process too. But
yeah, wish Reese was on this call. Reese is not here, but Reese created this. It's called Pinch Protocol. This is pretty. I looked into building this myself, but I'll put it in the chat. This is where your agents will be able to talk to each other, and then you can tap into my agent. Somebody brought it up last week, I think, on Tom's call.
Oh, I actually saw a lot about that, is agents talking to agents. The founder of HubSpot started a site. I read it yesterday. I don't recall what it was, but it's about an agent community where agents can talk to each other.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Dean, was that on the site that you had last week, or was that on OpenClaw that you set that up?
This is all on OpenClaw. The other one was I didn't have a lot of time to dive into the OpenClaw, but I had some time this week, so I built that whole thing I built that whole thing in 2.5 days. Cool. And not 100% working in it. A lot of times my Claw co-work timed out on me a few times because I was using it a little too much.
I maxed out. Dean, the first day I had Opus 4.6 running, I think in the first day, not even.
I maxed it out. I had to up it today because I'm like, I can't wait anymore. So I just put some more money in the queue.
I have directly tied into the terminal now, but fallback model set up because you can run Kimmy K2.5.
I actually did that too, Dom. When I set it all up, I did a rollback. So I have 4 models set up, and it uses the model that's most optimal for the task. So I'm not burning credits.
Have it build out an agent to do a cost analysis based on the tasks that you're doing, and it will know which model to run. So I had mine build me a cost analysis sheet based on what task I was doing, and then which model to use for that. If it's a basic search on this, or hey, if I'm going to be building a software, whatever, I'm going to go to Opus 4.6 or Codex. Check this out. I gave it access to fully start moving people in Loxo. And I did this because Tom, Alessio, you're on, right?
Yes, dear.
So since Trisha was giving you shit and saying that, I wanted to show her.
Is anyone using connectors like Vibe prospecting or anything like that yet?
Yeah, I have that all in Claude.
Yeah, in Claude. So I was going to try to connect my OpenClaw to Claude and use Vibe prospecting to get some data enrichment.
Yeah, I have.
Does that work good? Is the data clean?
So you're getting who are you getting the data from? Because I hooked up Appify, and then I have API keys for my enrichment tools.
I haven't really done that yet. That's my next task. I have to start getting some APIs and getting data to the agents. So I was looking at Vibe prospecting. It looked pretty interesting through, I don't know if I can connect my Claude bot agents to my, or OpenClaw agents to my Claude co-work. I don't know if I can do that, but I was gonna ask.
If you have it running in the terminal, like look, here's what I built yesterday. So this one will give me reports at 7 a.m. Daily job monitor will scan all job platforms. So if I enter somebody as an NPC in Loxo, the agent will know to search jobs first off through companies that we work with if they're a good fit based on the call transcript that I have with the candidate, which it pulls that in. And then if we have nothing through any of our clients, go find me clients or companies that are looking for this type of talent. And then at 8, here's my schedule. You can read it.
On my list is an NPC bot too that goes out and I load in candidates and it goes out and finds jobs. That's one of my things.
What are you using to search jobs with, Dom?
There's a where did I put it? I built my own right now, but there's one called let's see.
You pulling it up because I'm looking at the one at Appify, but I actually built a scraper for Hiring Cafe because every single job that Hiring Cafe has on it is from a company. There are no recruiters, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's pulling some amazing results using Firecrawler.
Yeah, like I have Appify in there already, but there's something new. What did I do with it? I'll find it and send you the name.
Tom,
Okay.
do you have any providers that are good for pulling like email addresses, verified email addresses, and like ideally cell phone numbers of contacts?
Yeah, use Blitz API.
Yeah, use Blitz and SalesQL are the two that I rely on the most. And then I have a backup with Cladora if I want to use it. But it looks like Blitz and SalesQL are doing the job. Now, JobIn is coming out with a brand new contact finder pricing schedule. And if you buy their top tier, which gives you 9,000 lookups a month for $128 a month, I think. And it has 20 different waterfall scrapers in it. So I haven't tested it yet. They just gave me, it hasn't even been released. They just gave me the heads up what was coming out because I have them building an API key for me because unlike Loxo Source, you can actually search using the API key JobIn Cloud's source database of 2.4 billion profiles.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, I might hit you up offline
really
on that one.
good.
Hey, Tom,
I'm all in with JobIn.
There's everybody's asking me questions. Sorry.
No,
Dan,
Tom,
yes, hit me up later. And then Dean, what'd you say?
would you be interested in sharing a Blitz ID?
Yeah, you can get a free. I'll give you mine, but you can get a free.
I went through the
1,000.
free one already. He gave me 5,000. I went through them already. I went through it with my other thing I was testing, the Gobi one.
If you want
went
an
through 'em
email
already?
verifier, use this for an email verifier. It's cheap and it's good.
Orbi?
All the go-to-market experts are using this.
I don't want to skip this. Well, I thought I had a Blitz account. What the fuck?
What's it called,
Oh,
Dominic?
Basic
Called
credit. I get
Orbi
1,000 a
Search.
month every month, Dean. Did you not get that package?
No, I was looking at the unlimited package.
No, I got a free one. It's 1,000 a month. It resets the 12th of every month for me, and it's free. And you can use the API key. So that's what I started with the free version. See where it says get 1,000 credits free? Just log in and get the free plan, and you get 1,000 credits a month. I put that together with SalesQL, and I have 1,600 with SalesQL. So that gives me 2,600, and then SalesQL does verify them, but I didn't ask him to. But then I would say use what Dom said, Orbitz, if you want to verify them after that.
If you want to map out this is what I would do if I were you, Dean. Map out your total addressable market of who you're going after. Like for me, it's easy because I know my niche, right? I know you have recruiters in every different niche. But map that out. You can run 5 requests per second. That's 12 million a month. And who's most likely you don't have the infrastructure to send 12 million emails per month, but we were doing the numbers on this earlier. So like you could map it all out, pull it in, pay 1 month, and then get rid of it if you don't need it.
That's
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
You got to map out what you want. So like I had mine.
Done.
Yeah, I mapped out. We had our total addressable market completely mapped out. Now there's new companies that pop up every day, but the main ones who we want, it's pretty cool. Like I show you what else.
And if I build it out in the OpenClaw, I could just rip as many as I want.
Yeah.
So,
I have stuff keeps breaking in OpenClaw. It, like they'll get hung up, and I don't know if it's the API keys that I'm using or not, but that's been an issue that I've been working through the last couple of days.
Just tell Claude Code to fix it. If you
I
have
have. It keeps doing it, but I don't know if it's because I'm using GPT 4.1 as the main thing to do like simple stuff, like give me a meeting intel, give me my morning brief, and it gets hung up in when it takes too long or something happens. I don't know. So I guess we'll see.
Are you being nice to Claude?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good idea,
I have
Jordan.
a question. I want to ask you guys a quick question. As far as like a workflow, do you guys have something like a workflow with like a tech stack? Have you guys written something down like that? Because that's what I'm trying to. So I'm trying to think. Do you create new accounts? Because like with OpenClaw, I mean, I don't want them to get some specific information. I'd rather have like a dummy account in Gmail as an email address. I don't want them to actually have my email.
Why?
Well, my concern is just.
What is it?
I
Because
guess
the point is, it's going to do a meeting brief for you, right? So every morning at 7 a.m., I get a brief that says, these are the emails that came in that you have to reply to. These are stupid. Don't worry about them. Here's the calendar for the day.
Good point.
That.
Good point. I was VP of operations for an organization. They hacked into an Outlook account and they sent an invoice to a client and charging him. It was an ACH form. They filled it out. A big, huge insurance company. They sent the money. It was like $400,000 or $500,000. And guess what? It was a fake ACH form. I don't want anybody sitting on my.
Who's gonna hack into you?
And let me talk to that. So I share that
go
same
ahead,
concern. I don't let OpenClaw send any emails for me at all.
Okay.
But what I've done is through the Google console in the cloud, you can make a certain scope. So like I've added read only to my calendar and read only to my email. That means even if OpenClaw went off the rails and tried to send a bunch of emails, it would get blocked by Google through the OAuth token. So
and I haven't.
I know that
no emails are sent without my permission. I have to actually approve any email it sends right now.
And you're probably better off
good
going in Claude Code than Cowork and just running right out of there.
Cowork.
Because they will read your emails and do everything for you.
And that's all good for Tom, but if it somehow doesn't want to approve you through Tom, if it went off the rails, truly it could.
Yeah.
Versus this is the double check, in my opinion, to have Google say, hey, no, it's read only. You can't actually send anything. Now I'm giving up some capabilities to be like, hey, OpenClaw, go send 10 emails to these clients. It obviously can't do that.
But you haven't dropping them into your LEM list, which is basically the same thing.
That's a different workaround, yeah, for a biz dev agent. I'm having them drop slugs and emails into the LEM list, not actually send them at all.
Yeah.
So
The list is
that's
sending
my
it. So
double
if it's
check.
an active campaign,
Yeah.
they would go out anyway. I mean, and again, we're talking about, at least in my opinion, maybe guys correct me if I'm wrong. Like, who the fuck is going to hack into us? We're a bunch of fucking nobodies, right? I'm not running on an open.
It's not us, Tom. It's the bots that are going to be hacking. The bots will be
Well,
hacking.
well, what's interesting though, Tom, when you say that, is I work for a company of 30 people. You know, probably $4 or $5 million. That's it was the revenue in this organization, right? 10 million. But at the end of the day, they hacked into them and got $400,000. The FBI was in it and all that kind of shit. So it's like, yeah, I guess you just don't know. And plus, I don't want it to tarnish my company, my organization. I'm
Yeah.
one-on-one, right? I don't have a full IT department. That's why I was like looking at that Ocean that you talked about, Visual Ocean, like put it in somewhere that's just totally
get a
off-site.
droplet. Get a droplet.
And I'm thinking about
That's
getting
easy.
a Apple Mini, separate computer, separate login, separate everything. You know, just let that shit run. I mean, I got Cat 6 coming
Yeah.
to my desk, two Cat 6 cables. So
Tim, honestly, if you're worried about OpenClaw, just use Claude, Co-work,
car work, yeah. Okay.
and add all the connectors to it.
I'll play around with it. I'm sure it'll
Jump
mature.
up on the money side and use Perplexity Computer, which everybody's
Yeah.
been talking about now. And or if you really don't care about the money, use friggin' Manus, right? That's
Manus
really
is so
secure.
much.
And
the
the
credits,
agents. What'd you say?
The credits will kill you.
Oh my god!
The
I
credits
blew
kill you
through
quickly.
$8,000 in credits like that.
Yeah.
Has anybody been given access to Perplexity Personal Computer, the new one that just came out yesterday?
No, it's 200. Oh, personal. Is that a new
Personal
one?
computer. So this is now a master agent to control all the agents. Perplexity Personal
Yeah.
Computer. Basically, they're coming after OpenClaw.
Well, they talk about computer, which came out a
Not
week
computer,
ago, right?
personal
This
computer.
is personal computer. Oh wow!
So this
I
is
saw that, Greg.
I put myself on the list
Perplexity
because
Personal
I'm gonna be testing it out. I'm currently all in on Perplexity. My Claw did really well. It's just that it did try to access our main server here, so I did have an alert from that particular IP address, and I specifically gave it direction not to. So I put Max in the penalty box for now, and so he knows.
awesome.
I told him as much too. I told him, hey, Bafo. But yeah, I mean, Perplexity's been great for me so far. Computer, that is. Been running a lot of things. But yeah, I was asking about LinkedIn. If we can get to see, my theory is if we can get like LinkedIn URLs for all of our candidates and clients, we can create an automation that tells us anytime any of them makes a change, which automatically generates leads and a whole bunch of information that could be
That's
you know, that
relatively
could be
easy.
acted on.
That's relatively easy with JobIn, for example. I mean, with one click, you can go to Navigator or Recruiter or OG LinkedIn, whatever it is, do a search for all your first of all, it puts every single one of your first degree connection when you sign up, right? So as soon as you sign up and you connect your LinkedIn account to it, it goes in of your entire first degree connection network. So that will be in there. You could go in and do searches for titles, companies, whatever it is, and grab them and pull them in as well. And it gives you all the information. It has a unified inbox. And
But it
I'm in
limits
process-
the amount downloading at a time, right, Tom? Does it like 600 or something like that? It's you
I
gotta
think
watch.
I think you can do 1,000 now.
Oh, you get 1,000. Okay, because I know
Yeah.
that when I put it up there, it only maxed out as with the Google Chrome extension. But that they've changed that. I'm sure they have.
If you put in this code, you get 5% off your entire subscription. I would tell you if you reach out, they'll give you a week trial for the mid tier, which will be more than enough to do all the stuff to check it out. But it's one thing that makes JobIn so amazing is that Chrome extension that Tim was talking about. Is you can grab, like, I'll do a search for a structural engineering search I'm doing on, let's say, in Seattle, and I'll get 89 people in a leads list in Sales Navigator. I push that button, all 89 people are right into JobIn. Then I can send all 89 a bulk connection request that says, hey, my name's Tom. I'm a headhunter. I got a great opportunity in Seattle for a structural engineer, free bicycle if you call me, and send it out. And then it throttles it so I don't get banned by LinkedIn. And then I just move all that into my applicant tracking and start smiling and dialing or email as needed.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, you could actually put that right back into it. Not only that, you could pull out, like Loxo has their Loxo source. You could pull out a list of, you could do a source in Loxo and then pull those contacts right into JobIn too as well.
Yeah, what he's saying
you
is
could
the
also
Chrome
do-
extension works
Yep.
on any HTML page that has a LinkedIn URL. So not just LinkedIn. If
Google.
you go to a company's website and have their entire directory and every single
Mhm.
person's got a LinkedIn URL, you hit the button and it grabs them all.
Yeah, thank you. And so, and that could act as a big plan, right? Because like, I mean, I've got 20 people here. If I could give them daily a list of calls to make for all the people that have made a change, both on the account side and on the candidate side, that's very powerful, right?
Yep. I mean,
Well,
that's
not only that,
that is a
think-
great tool, a great idea,
Well-
actually. Yeah.
Tom, you talked about tags, remember? And JobIn has tags too. So like the hard part is you don't know if someone's open to work. Like you can, but sometimes they don't have that under their underlining. If you import someone that doesn't have the tag that says open to work, but they have it like silent, it'll still show up in JobIn. So what's really cool is it brings that in. So you could actually pull in 500 people and then you can actually say who's open to work, and it'll actually populate everybody that's open to work out of the 500 people.
And
that
it'll
you pulled in.
show first degree, second degree, third degree connections,
Yep.
people who are open networkers, people who have premium profiles, and there's something else I'm missing. But anyway, all the LinkedIn tags, search whatever you want to call them. So open to work, open networker, second degree connection, whatever, all premium member, whatever, all those are something you can grab from JobIn. And when you
JobIn.
once they're in
Yep.
JobIn, in the filters, in the search section, right? So you can pick any of those tags and it'll grab those people.
Yep. And you can tag it too while you're bringing them in. You can make your own tag, which is nice to be able to search. You know, you could create a custom tag. So as you're doing research for that day, pulling those people in, like me, I'm putting solutions architect down or something like that for PLM. And everybody that I put in that I just scraped off a or LinkedIn or Loxo, wherever I'm going, it's all under that tag. So in JobIn, I just put that tag in there and it'll all populate up. So it's an actual really nice tool from that. I went all in on that, Tom. I'm sure you did too as well. So I got all their functionality. I can't get their SMS to work though, the phones. I got denied when I tried to get that thing set up, that application.
I haven't
So
tried that yet. I'm not
Yeah.
paying for that because I have it through Loxo.
Well, I had, yeah,
What does
I just,
Appify do exactly?
Depends what
So
you want
I-
it to do.
Yeah, like I built hey Dom, have you seen this yet? Let me show you
Which
this real
one?
quick. Hold on. I did this yesterday. Well, at the fucking grocery store, guys. So
From your bot, from your Telegram bot.
yeah, through Telegram. I built a
So does it
OpenClaw
build
mission
apps?
control.
Like what is it similar to?
You can
So I
scrape.
yeah, so this is my mission control. This is my cron schedule right now. I'm not as advanced as Dom. These are my build pipelines. So I got a lead magnet in process, 2 of them, a call transcription interview summary tool in process, and or I'm sorry, that I'm ideas, and then Appify LinkedIn pipeline scraper. I have my memory here, all my documents and settings and everything. So I can, everything is in mission control. I can see what's going on
Did you build that through
through Telegram.
through Telegram?
Yeah, I basically said to it, I might have started, let me see.
That's pretty cool. I like that to keep yourself organized.
Yeah, that
Dean,
Let's
you'll
see
love
where-
it. You just talk to your bot wherever you're at.
Yeah. Yep. I'm getting there, Dom.
Tom's like this didn't work for me.
hey, I
but
want
Tom
your own
has
mission control where you can build custom tools. Please build a Next.js. You got to download Next.js for this and host it on local host. Make it a clean interface that looks linear. Then can you build a calendar that shows all my cron jobs? And then
Oh, that's cool.
benefit of doing that, yes, please. And then I said, I want a memory stream, my mission control that allows me to view with my memory. You have organized by day, build it out for me. I also have a long-term memory document that allows me to see all the long-term memories as well. And then I want a docs tool where I can go back and view all the previous documents you created for me in a nicely formatted view and searchable and categorize the documents. And
Did you send that in the chat?
yeah, I'll these 4 prompts. Yeah, I'll send
Yeah,
it. But
4 or
be
5
careful,
prompts.
but yeah, I'll send it. And then
Oh, that'd be awesome.
questions. I kept
That would
asking,
be
like I
easy.
did all this, and then once it did it, it came down to here. I created a setup in Next.js. I took all this stuff and dropped it into, actually, hold on. I took all this stuff and dropped it into Claude Code and said, hey, install this on make sure this is installed properly. And Claude Code took it from there and installed everything and fixed it. And then I came back in and had Claude Code make the colors here better. And but OpenClaw did this. They made this whole Kanban thing for me, which was kind of cool.
Jordan, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say that Tom actually, this might be more useful for a lot of you that are kind of not on OpenClaw all the way yet. Tom has his where he can text message from like iMessage into Claude Code CLI. I tried to hook that up for mine. It wouldn't let me do it. It tried to give me an error that said like call Anthropic. It might not be available on all plans yet. So I don't think I told you that, Tom. But
it is. It's called remote control. It's called. You have to type in Claude remote control, and you have to have the Claude desktop app as well.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It still didn't work for me, but Tom was saying that it worked for him. So as I think everybody knows, like most of the way we work with OpenClaw is all through Claude Code, right? Like we do everything through Claude Code into OpenClaw. So even though Tom was telegramming directly with OpenClaw, sometimes it's better to telegram or iMessage directly with Claude Code because that's what's actually the builder for everything.
And then you can go on plan mode too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Did anybody else have that set up with the remote control piece? Because it didn't work for me. But
Brad, you want to show them three things. One, the Claude Code plan mode, and then two, what we built for the ICP, and then what you did for the WordPress. I think this is amazing.
Yeah, I can
check this out.
All right, so I'm trying to put together some material right now for just teaching people Claude Code. So this is a good example right now because I'm using plan mode. So right now I'm in plan mode and I'm having it outline a book for me. And so what this does, I put it into plan mode and it will research all my files. So I've created a folder of research with a bunch of different files about deep research prompts that I've done to be able to write this book intelligently and have sources for it. So the book idea is essentially Claude Code for non-technical people. So I think there's a lot of fear around the terminal, and so this is to make it accessible to people. And so,
well, you already heard it here, Brad. There is fear. People have fear. And
yeah. Well, that's what kind of inspired me to do this. And so what I've done is I've gone out to Google Deep Research manually and asked it to research these different topics, and then I dump them into a folder. And then I have also I've had it create an outline. So if I go into Docs here, I can get like the outline of the book. Where is it? It's not loading. Oh, here we go. So I get a markdown file of the outline of the book, and this is all created in plan mode. And I've had conversations about, hey, I don't want this in the book. Hey, I think this, I think that, until it finally gives me an outline. And so now I'm going through and I'm creating the chapters, and each chapter is going to get an outline. So this is obviously empty, but I've created, I've had it create a Claude MD file. Are you guys familiar with those?
Yeah.
MD.
I don't think everyone is.
Okay, so Claude MD file is kind of like the guiding light for your for Claude within a directory. And so this gives instructions for like how you run inside of this project. So in this particular case, I'm telling it to look for the outline. And we have a tone document. So I had to interview me about what kind of tone that I should use in the book for when it drafts things for me. So I can go to that tone document, for example, and it knows to reference that because I put it in there. I can go to Docs, Tone, and get all the instructions and the prompting for writing in a certain style.
Yeah, I created MD docs for my heartbeat for all my agents, so they know exactly what to do.
It's very similar to OpenClaw, but the thing with Claude is it will automatically always read the Claude.md, and then it's naturally curious. So when it sees things like, oh, there's a book voice and tone guide in this file, it will go look that file up too. And so you can build it out as sort of like this tree. And plan mode will do that. So plan mode is by nature curious. And so in this particular case, I've told it, all right, I want to write chapter 1 now. Tell me what our original outline says that chapter 1 is. So it's going to cover, you know, the myth there, the terminal's only for developers, what cloud code is, why the blank terminal feels uncomfortable, blah, 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 okay? And then now it's interviewing me and asking me questions to help clarify it. So it's asked me, so how clear is this in your head right now? I'm like, I get it, it's a little standard. What's the core takeaway? Well, what should the core takeaway be? Is it that you already know how to do this? So the agents are a different category and it's not just ChatGPT? Or is it, I'm not teaching you to code here? And then this one I haven't even read yet, but I go through and answer these questions. And what this will do is it will build a plan based on this. And then I approve or deny that plan, and then I'll execute it. So ultimately, the goal I'm asking this to accomplish here is just outline chapter 1 for me based on my feedback. And this is my opportunity to interject some of my own experience into the process. And so when this is done, I'll get a nice outline for chapter 1, and I'll know what's in there. And then I'll repeat 18 times until I have the outline for the entire book. And then I'll throw another think mode at it, and I'll say, hey, digest all these chapter outlines, make sure this all works together nicely, and write me a book. And it'll write the book. And I've had it damn near one-shot a book before for me.
Brad, show them the WordPress thing.
What's that?
Show them WordPress for what you did.
All right, cool. Yeah, so we got this other thing we launched. This with Cloud Code took about a week, which is just blows my mind. So we got a new onboarding process for our clients, and it's sort of like a reverse chatbot. And so the way it works is we're trying to come up with an ideal customer profile, and that's part of how. So this is the not recruiting side of the business where we're doing sales consulting and automated outreach. And so this is sort of like a consulting engagement in a box. And so what it does is you will have a conversation with this bot, and we have directed the questioning to achieve certain goals. So it wants to find out, you know, what's your revenue range of clients that you do business with? What's who are your best customers? But it pivots based on what it's heard so far. And so it becomes this intelligent interview that would be similar to what a consultant would ask you. And throughout the steps, it does things like research your website. So you put in a website address, and it will go to the website, and it pulls up all these different data sources and continues to synthesize and incorporate those into the conversation. So
Matt he's still on.
What's that?
I think he's talking to somebody.
Yeah, so it goes through and does all this stuff. It runs those deep research agents as well. To answer specific ideal customer profile questions. And I'm really selective about what LLM we use. So when it's formulating the questions based on past conversation, we use a really cheap one. When it's doing deep research, we know that's going to cost, maybe several dollars to run that. So we use that one sparingly. And then we hit it with Opus at the end to actually develop a report. So what it does is it generates an ideal customer profile report, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this thing load. So to generate this 18-page report based on the interview.
Goodbye,
we looked at-
McKinsey.
What's
Goodbye,
that?
BCG. Goodbye, McKinsey, BCG. See ya.
Oh, those companies are done.
Dunzo.
Yeah. And so, you know, I come from a strategy background, and this is better than stuff I put together manually. I'm not saying I'm a bad strategist, but it's kind of blown my mind, and has actually given us insights into our own business. I was talking to Dom earlier today, and saying, you know, I hadn't thought about this, but private equity-backed companies do seem to be a sweet spot for us, and this surfaced that based on just this conversational interview with it. And so I was kind of surprised by that, by my own tool here. But this is a general thing we're using for onboarding, but like it's got this whole like complicated structure where it does all this enrichment, and you know, I built in some people enrichments too, where it can, you know, go in and get detail on a person. Here's Dom's dossier.
Where the hell did I get that picture from?
I'll pull it off of LinkedIn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But, you know, I can go through and kind of look at the sessions that have happened. So, you know, I can see all of the different research that it hit and where it found important things with green, the whole conversation that they had. So I could see all of that. You know, this is all the background stuff that this thing does along the way. But this is all developing Claude code. Here's the deep research result. And it all feeds into that final report. So I'm not sure exactly where I was going with that, but
Well, you can basically, for recruiting, you can run this for yourself to see what's your sweet spot, who your current clients are, and then who you should be targeting. Because a lot of people that we asked, like, all right, who's your ICP? I'm talking about like 50 to a couple $100 million companies that really clearly can't define it. They have no idea. So I'm like, Brad, we need to eliminate one step in the onboarding process to get this out of the way. This is perfect.
I think Jordan had his hand raised.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Oh, this is awesome. I just think this is really cool. Thanks for sharing this. It gives me a lot of ideas for how to implement this in other places. I do have a kind of a follow-up question. I think you had mentioned Heartbeat in there, and maybe Dean did too. I still, like Tom and I were talking about it, what's the importance of the Heartbeat? Is it necessary? Like, what is the real benefit of it? I've not implemented it myself yet. I know it's easy to do, but explain it to me in more layman's terms. I feel like I'm not getting it.
Yeah, this was not developed with OpenClaw. I'm probably not the guy to explain heartbeats.
The Heartbeat, as I understand, it's really the instructions the agents that I set up are going to take prior to them going out and executing tasks. They review the Heartbeat to make sure they're executing it to perfection each and every time or every night that they're scheduled to run on. So without a really good defined Heartbeat, they're going to be guessing, and your results are not going to be as well structured and organized. So I spent a lot of time.
It's a system check too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's basically a system check. Is
And
everything
it tells,
okay?
like like I have agents that hand off information to other agents, and it tells it when that handoff needs to take place, at what time, all that stuff. So it's all structured as it goes through the whole nightly run with many different agents involved.
Okay, so it's more like a double check. I mean, in my opinion, like that's what OpenClaw is supposed to be doing anyways, right? Like it's supposed to be running agents at a certain time that we tell it, like, but you're saying that it works better if it has to cross-reference a Heartbeat before executing that task.
Like data quality, I have data quality checks in there. I have, all different types of making sure that the quality is there. It did its testing. All that kind of information is all baked into it. And then I asked Cowork or Claude to create these things so they're well organized, and it just scans it and it makes sure my results are consistent over every night that it runs.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Um,
No, I haven't tested that yet, so it's supposed to work that way anyway. I'm doing my first run tonight.
Are you running it in a VMS or no?
I have a VMS and I have it on my desk too. So I'm going to connect the VMS to my desktop. So if my resources get too heavy, it's going to push it over to that. I haven't implemented it yet, but I will be doing that.
Yeah. Check out Pinch.
Once we get so much stuff running, my desktop is going to fail. So I'm going to push some tasks over to the VMS.
Look into that Pinch when you get time. But
I saw that earlier. Yes. I'm going to look into that.
I mean, these guys on the Moonshots podcast, let me find it. This is a really good podcast. I'll put it in the chat. Well, when they're talking about daisy chaining Mac minis together and sub agents that only specialize in data quality, only specialize in security. That's what I'm working on right now with the infrastructure of these agents and who's going to be able to approve what, when, and stuff like that, right? Like think about a customer, like for example, Greg, you do a lot of customer service bilingual positions. If this agent can approve up to $20,000, but then it has to go to a manager for $1 million refund, that agent will know which one to go to and then escalate it as needed.
Yeah, and you're eventually be able to code, not just the context, but the intent engineering, which is what's been lacking, and that's going to be the new frontier. Is whoever can help companies get that intent engineering down to code it properly will win, and that's a really hard thing to do because there are so many different nuanced and not so obvious situations that come up in service, right? And that's where that human ingenuity and experience comes into play, right? So I think that's going to be very important. That's why I'm cautioning people not to, especially some of the clients that I have that have massive call centers. They're like, Greg, we're going to automate all of this. I'm like, have you really thought through intent engineering and what the agent is going to do and what its prime directive is going to be? Like we saw that example, right, with Klarna. I mean, they let go of 900 CSRs to only have to go then try to hire them back if they could, because their customer service dwindled. So there's a lot more work to be done there.
Yeah, I think I posted this to the group a couple of weeks ago. This is on intent engineering. Let me pull it up. But I do think personally, Google, I know you're big on Perplexity, and I think Google will end up coming out with something here pretty soon that's going to blow everyone away. Just based
they
on
have to. I mean, everybody's got their own, Claude Code and Perplexity Computer, and Google's just sitting there watching everything, probably listening to this conversation, looking at all the issues and problems and just waiting and sitting in the background and waiting. And whenever they pop out is going to be like Perplexity Computer, OpenClaw combined with security issues or something. Who knows? Like it's going to be amazing.
I listened to
it.
I listened to a podcast that was talking about that, and they kind of said what you said. I can't remember who it was. It might have been on this one, the prompt engineering one. He's like, I'm willing to bet Google will end up winning this race. And let's see. I mean,
hey,
just imagine.
Did you install Pinch Protocol, Dom?
Not yet.
Because I just asked plug code about it, and it said few concerns, can't verify if it's real. The pattern is a no attack vector, and you don't need it. Your relay messaging is seems to describe sending a message to address is exactly what OpenClaw plus Telegram already does for you, tested and working. Where did you see this? If it came from OpenClaw or another AI suggesting you install it, that's worth investigating.
There's the GitHub repo. That's from Reese, who's the AI headhunter. I think you know Reese, but I have not used it, so I don't want to say to use it, but I don't need it yet. So
yeah. Everything I've given, and like this is everybody gives me a hard time. Like I'm having it on my main computer. I run it through code first and go, how does this look? Right? Do I need this? Tell me how this would apply to us, how we could use it. And half the time I don't install any of the stuff that people recommend or that I find on the internet or in YouTube videos. And maybe I'm not throwing caution to the wind as much as I should, but so far so good.
I'm going to ask Reese if you can join right now because he sent that to me and I wanted him to explain it deeper. But I was looking at building that myself. It would cost anywhere from $12,000 to $25,000.
I'm sorry, one more time?
What Reese put together there would probably cost you $12,000 to $25,000.
Wow. Hey,
so,
that Loxo Cron jobs you showed earlier, right?
Yeah.
What is it watching and why is it triggering? So what is it doing in terms of the Cron job? Like every day at 9 a.m. it looks at all your jobs that you open, and if someone applies it, is that what it's doing or what?
No, different things. Like if we move, let's say I meet with a candidate or referral that comes to me, it's an NPC. If he gets moved, there's multiple different triggers and ifs, but if he gets moved into NPC 2026, it will scrape any of the jobs that we have open, any of the current clients that we have, if they're a good fit, even if they don't have a job, send them a message, and then go scrape all the job boards, Workday, SAP.
So you have an actual a job pipeline.
Agent workflow.
An agent, but you actually have a job in Loxo called MPC 2026. And any candidate there, it's not a job, actually a place that you drop MPC candidates in, and then your Cron job looks at it, sees it, searches all the jobs currently working on, compares the candidate to the jobs, and then goes out and searches for jobs elsewhere, and then creates an email to send to anybody who this candidate would be a fit for.
Yeah, and it takes my call transcript on Fathom with them. And then I also run it through my API of, I showed back in the day on ChatGPT. I don't think I have it on this. So it spits out the metadata of what they're looking for, and then anything that they said during the call, specifically that they're looking for, so you can have a really good message or conversation to that client you're reaching out to. I'm looking to do
Where
this.
is it pulling the transcript from? Are you actually having to manually do that, or is it pull it from like whatever transcript service you're using?
My Fathom API.
It pulls it. It pulls from Fathom's API.
Yeah, Brad has all my calls chunked, so we can search all my calls.
That's a great
for
idea.
Phrases. What else? What was the reason, Brad, that we set that up originally? I forgot.
Well, the way we did it was we run the call transcript through an LLM, and it's all time stamped, and we ask it for the timestamp where the subject changed, and we chunk it that way.
Oh, so it's looking at this conversation. Oh, didn't you show me that earlier when it's not worth talking about? It doesn't add it, right?
Yeah, like if it's small talk, we want it out of the call. We want
Yeah.
The bread and butter of the call. What are we looking to get out of this call? Here's the main thing. Get rid of the rest. We don't need it. But in sales, you have to do the bullshit. Hey, how are you? Vacation was great. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, kids sucked. Disney sucked. Yep.
We save all that too, but we tag it.
Yeah, so you can say like they had 3 kids.
Sure, but if hey, what was Johnny's kid's name again?
Since you have all that data already truncated that way, could you not, you can create an agent that could design a monthly or a quarterly white paper that could be custom to your industry. And that could be sort of a thing that you send out to your newsletter, right? To all of your clients, really cementing your authority in your particular niche, right? Just a thought.
Yeah. Greg, what I thought about this too is putting this on the website, like any of the really good NPCs that we have. It's like a hockey card, right? Like the size of my phone. And I'll put a flashlight on it, like spotlight. And then you can see like the highlights, 30, 20 years, P&L of 150 million. And then, okay, I want to see candidate details further. Flip it. It sends you the DocuSign agreement automatically. And we can have it just that way. I just want to think like, how can we run this so fast that nobody else has it? I think that's really cool.
You can run them through that beautiful automation there, that interview automation, and they can get a free McKinsey style report. I mean, you could easily charge for that. That's a beautiful piece of work, guys.
We did. It's 250.
It's
and then we're gonna give it back to them.
Oh, sorry, Don. Go ahead.
Oh, it's $250, and then we can weed out the people that aren't serious, and then we credit them back on the service that we provide. Whatever
Great
they go
idea,
with.
man. That's a beautiful piece of work.
And sorry, it can do more than just ICP too. I could really give it any business question, and customize the interview to answer that. So, the next plan is to develop like a brand voice for a company, and the idea behind that would be to be able to create on-brand social content
For each rep. So as let's say we're targeting, like here, I'm gonna show you this is the pain point, and then it's like if you're doing outbound for some of these companies, to get them to do LinkedIn content alone is a pain in the ass. But let's just say that share my screen. Let's say you have one rep targeting automotive, one targeting manufacturing. We'll create the content to hit on their pain points. So that way, when the multi-channel outreach is going, you have email, LinkedIn, phone calls. They will have the content around their specific pain points. So it's just automatically posted on their LinkedIn in their tone, in their company tone, their personal tone, however they want it. We can scrape all their messages that they've ever wrote on LinkedIn, throw it into the file, and then it will just copy that. There's a guy here that I know, this guy right here, Gail. This guy's had to have something running for a while now because he has really good posts. His name's Gail Aga, CEO of Aligned. Yeah. But yeah, this is just one of the monitors I get, Tom. Then I get other monitors. I like this one too. It's like, I think you'll like that one because you don't always need to use Opus 4.6 or Gemini, Flash 3.1, whatever it is,
All right, I wrote that down. I'm going to look into that, building something out for that once I get going here.
Have Cloud Code and Terminal build it out for you.
Yeah.
And you can go talk to your Telegram bot and then.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a daily digest coming over just for the sales agents that I built. I built a director. It tells me exactly what happened, how many new leads, all that kind of stuff.
What model are you using just to talk to Telegram to do your basic stuff?
I'm using, I think Sonnet 4.6.
What are you using, Dom?
Same with fallback, depending on what I'm doing on task. So fallback to, if it's just basic like Kimmy, then I'll go to Opus 4.6 or Sonnet.
Like if you hit new in Telegram, does it show you what model you're using? Like /new?
No, I don't know.
No.
Running?
You guys know that you should occasionally hit /new to reset the memory so it doesn't get all truncated. Opus 4. How much are you paying? And do I even want to know what your usage numbers are on your API key?
No, because I don't pay for it. I have clients that pay for our stuff. They are like, hey, we want you guys to do the R&D. Just let us know what you come up with. So I don't even. I'm tracking
I was
it
blowing
for
through like
for
$20
partner.
to $30 a day using everything through 4.6. I had to stop.
I am very careful about what models I use for what tasks. And so my API usage in dollar terms is pretty damn low.
Yeah, I changed to like on my Telegram for basic, just, give me immediate intel or help me do this. It's ChatGPT 4.1. And then for anything that's important, it's 4.6. And then I got some other models running some other stuff because I got a API key from OpenRouter to run through different models. And I've done a bunch of tests to see which ones works better on each things. And I keep changing stuff, but right now I'm not blowing through a ton anymore, but I was.
There's some dirt cheap models on fireworks.ai. And I use a lot of that.
Okay. I'm probably the same that's on OpenRouter, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's similar. I think it's a little cheaper though.
Yeah. The OpenRouter markup's 10 to 15% depending on which model you use, which isn't huge.
Brad,
if I spend
what was that
100.
one that you mentioned?
Sorry?
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
Yeah. Where's that? Show me that thing with Loxo again, Dom. That bill. I want to see that again. So that one. Yeah. So daily job monitor, daily reactivation, finds dormant candidates, 360, 90 days, hiring signals and trigger events, Monday morning briefing. Is the morning briefing just basically what you have on your calendar for the whole week?
This will be a brief for this specific table here. So give me an idea of like, hey, any candidates that we haven't talked to in 30, 60, 90 days that we should reactivate? If so, send them a message. Here's a new job that we have open. Here's, a newsletter to keep you up to speed, maybe upskill on AI. Like this is what I'm building out currently.
We had 3 Cron jobs, last status error with Cron announced delivery failed. Which ones were those?
Which one?
If you look below, it says APIs configured, then known issues.
Right here.
Yeah. Which Cron jobs failed?
Fix the known issues.
Yeah, it looks like I'm probably going to have to upgrade to the $100 a month.
For sure.
Plug
For
plan.
sure. Once
I'm
I
on
did
the
that,
200, you guys. I'm on the 200. I hammer that thing. I have like 4 terminal windows open, all in plan mode. Like I hammer it.
oh, so do I.
Yeah. That's where I spend my API money. It's not API though. It's
Usage. Yeah. Usage on the subscription.
But dude, if you ever would have told me that I'd be working on a damn terminal and be excited about it.
Oh my God, dude.
You'd be crazy.
People look at me and go, like, this is old school. What are you doing? I'm like, you have no idea. You can talk to terminal like it's a real human being. It's amazing.
Yeah, I used to say to developers, like, man, I wish I could be a software developer, a coder, and have the sales ability. And now I tell all the salespeople I work, I'm like, dude, now whatever you fucking think of, whatever objection, pain point you hear, any software you're thinking of, dude, you can go and resell that for $15,000 a month instead of $100,000, whatever they're currently paying. That's why these SaaS stocks are all going down.
Yeah,
companies are realizing what the hell is happening, and it's moving quick.
Mm-hmm.
It sure
you
is.
have somebody like me at your company. It's like, hey,
everyone that says that is not happening and they're still worth it. And then Jensen said it, but I don't think. I think that once everything catches up, all those companies are going to be worth half the valuation.
100%. Like I was talking to a WMS guy the other day, and I said, hey, if you wanted me to create a WMS for you, what would you need? Boom, boom, boom. All right, give me what you need, what company you're currently using, and I'll build it.
That job monitor timed
your
out.
own data.
The problem was, and I have had timeouts too. Timeouts has been a problem. Stuff timing out that's running, that's been an issue. And I've had terminal or Claude Code. Dude, they've done. What did it tell me it did? Because let's see, what did I do on that?
Hold on, let me show you the one that
single batch command to help reduce that for no time calculations.
Brad, what was the one that G said earlier on the call for the jobs? So I gave it to you before. I forgot what it was
What
called.
was it?
It started with an S.
Oh, Dom.
It's in there.
While he's doing that, you got to check out Granola AI. It's Cluely
Yeah.
with the API key and MCP access to do what you're doing. And it has the same, like, Cluely, like, you know, right now, make me sound smart. What did I miss? Suggest topics while you're talking. It does the same thing Cluely does.
Yeah, a lot of SaaS companies have been using that. So I've known about Granola for a while.
Yeah, I was actually impressed. It's $19. I'm probably going to cancel Cluely here because Cluely does not have an API, and these guys do, and they have an MPC server. But I don't know if you can access the MCP server without the enterprise plan. But that
You haven't switched to Enterprise Cloud yet? Or
no, not yet. Like, look at this. Like, suggest topics while we're talking.
Here, you want to share your screen?
Aren't I sharing it?
Yeah. There. Yep.
So it's like, you know, I said, you know, it's looking for suggesting Perry model costs, DOMS, Loxo driven automation, suggest topics, explore model policy, right? And then ask Dom, you know, I don't know, what should I ask Dom about Loxo or whatever, right? And boom, it'll give you something. And then I just ran this through Terminal, right? And said, hey, what do you think about this? And it's like, Granola MCB gives you list meetings, get meeting transcripts. Meeting ends of Granola script pulls the transcript via MCP, looks for attendees in Loxo by name, email. If found, runs interview summary, transcript text, logs the Word doc, and Loxo interview notes automatically. If not found, save summary reference folder on desktop with attendee names and file names so you can find it later and add the person to Loxo when ready.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I'm gonna build this over the
I'm
weekend.
sure you get a million questions like this too. But like recruiters ask me all the time, like, where should I start? I go, well, identify your current workflow and what is taking most of your time, and then can you automate that?
Oh, there's
with
Reese.
the skills? Hey, Reese.
Reese has got the fucking brain dump that I don't think anybody, like, you know, Jordan, is he still here? He's the one that turned me on to it. And I think like 7 people commented on it. And it's a fucking amazing post.
Which one?
The brain dump. Isn't that him, Jordan? Reese Keck?
Yeah, I think you call it AI second brain.
Second
Oh,
brain,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
That post can get any traction, and it's a fucking amazing post.
I was like, this is gold. I was like, this is pearls in front of swine. Nobody paid attention to it. It's fine. You can't win them all.
I was telling them about Pinch, and
Pinch
I wanted you to explain it.
Yeah, it's because I asked Claude, and it said it was the vector stack is a known. What did it say? A known to fuck with you or something. What did it say? It can't verify it's real. The pattern is known for attack vector, and I don't need it because the relay messaging seems to describe sending messages to an address is exactly what OpenClaw and Telegram already do for you. Why would I install that?
Well, okay, yeah. So Claude wouldn't know anything about it because it's just a little open source side project that I published like a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what it does, and it depends on what your use case is. And so, to put it simply, it's basically an encrypted messaging protocol that agents can use to talk to each other. And so my personal use case was that I have another buddy who uses OpenClaw, and we'd been trying to figure out like how do we get ours to talk to each other. And all of the ones that we had come up with were just pretty janky. So, you know, we tried like shared Google Docs, we tried Telegram channels, but then they can't go back and see any of the old messages. And so I basically just whip something up myself. And so the way it works essentially is you get an address, which you can think of as sort of analogous to like a crypto wallet address. And then you also have a secret key that only you get access to when you, as the user, sign up for your pinch address. And so in order for one agent to talk to another agent, you essentially have to share that address offline somehow, whether that be, you know, through text or email or what have you. And then your agent will message the other agent, and then you both have to essentially accept the connection. And so what that will do is it will allow different AI agents to talk to each other directly. So one use case is, you know, if you and Dom have an agent, they can talk to each other.
Okay. So it's okay.
Yeah. If you have, it also works for your laptop on your phone. So like, let's say, for example, your Claude code on your laptop or desktop or whatever can talk to your OpenClaw agent. So I have mine hooked up for them to talk to each other so that if there's any sort of issues that say like my OpenClaw and my laptop are trying to triage at the same time, then they are allowed to talk to each other. So basically all the communication passes through a relay server that I hosted. The relay server doesn't see any of the text, it's all encrypted. And then you can also, if you want, you can fork the project and host your own relay server so that it's totally private. So yeah, that's all it is. I came in here with like 2 minutes of prep. I wasn't.
Yeah.
ready.
No,
Is it okay for like? Can I set this up? Because I was trying to use. I've used it a couple times, and then I had a failure yesterday on Claude Remote Control, so I can talk to the terminal while I'm out and about and doing stuff. Would this work in that case?
It would, yeah. I mean, if you're just messaging your OpenClaw, you could have it message your laptop at home. That would work in theory, yeah.
Interesting. And so so if I installed this and I could just tell Claude Code, hey, this allows you to talk to OpenClaw so you guys can have conversations about what you're doing and not do the same stuff over and over again and stuff like that. Would it make things better if I did this, or is it?
I mean, depending on your use case, yeah, potentially. It certainly would make things easier. I mean, like I said, I have it going, and there are different permission levels you can add in as well. So like some of it is you can have it very locked down. You can have it full auto where they basically can just talk to each other without any sort of oversight per se. And so like for my one between my laptop and my my home computer, I have them on full auto because it's my machine on both ends. So yeah,
through Telegram.
Yeah, so like let's say for example, like I'm out of the gym and I want my laptop is at home working on something. I don't have visibility into what it's doing, so I'll just text my OpenClaw and Telegram and just be like, hey, what's going on the home computer? That type of thing.
Oh, okay. And then you could tell OpenClaw, hey, tell Claude Code to do an audit of the system right now to make sure everything's working properly. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, this might be Jordan. This might be a little better than not better, but this would be a workaround if you can't get Claude Remote Control to work.
Yeah, for sure. I was just thinking that.
Brad, how can we use that right now?
I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it.
Okay. The reason I thought it was cool, I was looking at your GitHub. I'm like, this is what did that cost you? 12 to 25,000?
Which one?
To build that out. Pinch.
Took me 3 days, and
That's it.
did it in one of my other monitors while I was working on the actual SaaS product I'm working on.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
If you're building out agents for your customers, could you not use a tool like that to connect to all of those agents to give commands at scale?
Yeah, it's a good question. I actually, so like the AI product that I'm working on, which actually one of the folks on this call, I don't know if he's still here, Tony. Yeah, Tony's here. He's actually one of the beta testers right now. And there is an AI agent that I just put out that's into the product. And the idea is that it's self-contained within the platform. I will add API and MCP access sooner than later. I hadn't thought about applying Pinch to it, to be honest with you.
That's a good idea.
Oh, that's a great idea, Reese. You just gave me an idea. I'm already telling it for me. Reese, I got a great idea we got to chat about after.
Hit me, yeah.
Especially for supply chain and logistics.
So this may be a stupid question, but if I had a OpenClaw running and I wanted to connect it to Claude, right? Could I essentially use Pinch to go from one to the other and then use connectors to connect to my email, to connect to any type of connector that I have implemented through Claude? Because it can talk to that and then through connectors bring that data over to my Clawbot and terminal.
Are you asking like if your Claude laptop is at home and it's connected to something via your MCP, can you, and you're not home, can you have?
Right.
Yes, to an extent. The relay only supports text, so it can't send over like attachments or things like that.
Right.
But yeah, in theory, yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds interesting. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, it's open source, so you can fork it and do whatever you want to it. It's I just made it for fun. It wasn't like to make money or anything like that. So you can use it as it is, or if you want to just modify it.
Yeah,
on your
that's
own.
awesome. I'm gonna take a look at that.
Here's
Cool.
here's Reese's GitHub. Reese, I tried to buy that domain a while ago. AI Headhunter, like 3
I
years
was
ago.
shocked that it was still available on GitHub.
GitHub?
But I guess the Venn diagram of recruiters and people with GitHubs is pretty small. So
I got recruiterclaw.ai.
Did you?
Yep. I am recruiterclaw.ai.
Yeah. I think it was amazing when Peter Steinberg was coming up with OpenClaw, like how fast these guys were scanning for him. As soon as he would pick a name, they would go and get the other in all the platforms, social medias, just so he'd have to buy it back from them. That's
what it told me to do when I got it. Said go out and get the YouTube, get a Gmail, get the TikTok, get everything you can, so no one else takes it.
You know what I did when that new app came out? What's it called? I know live social shopping is going to be huge because Gary Vee talks about it. Upscroll. I got all the domains from there. The handles from there. Yeah, I told you about that, remember, Tom?
Yep.
When the day came out, I got all the handles. So I have like 6 accounts, and they're going to have to buy them back from me if they want them. I don't even know if it's going to be a good app, but we'll see.
But it was free to do. That's what I did. I got a bunch of them too. I did what you said and went and found like the top names of some certain industries and grabbed the exact titles instead of like at Big Swinger at TikTok. Now I have at Big Swinger at that app.
Yeah. Especially on the AI channels, the people that are making a lot of money out with AI on YouTube, and just take those names because they're going to want all the domains.
Mm-hmm.
I think finding a domain is one of the hardest part. See you, Dean. Reese, what else you got cooking?
Man, I mean, trying to launch Rune by Monday. If everything goes well, I've been working around the clock on it. I mean, I've been working on around the clock on it for months, but there's a bunch of stuff that I added into the platform, which I'm excited about. So for anybody who doesn't know what I've been working on, which is probably most of you, Rune essentially is a agentic AI platform for recruiting agencies. And so, it started as more of an advanced note taker that would extract insights from conversations, both that you have with clients and candidates, as well as interviews between clients and candidates. So that was kind of the interesting part, is that you get insight into that black box of what happens for interviews when you're not in the room. And then what I really realized is that in order to actually act on those insights, instead of having to manually do it yourself, I wanted to build agentic capabilities into the platform to allow you to do that. And so that's the part that I still have to do a ton of grinding on for the next few days to really make sure it works properly. But there's about 30 different tool calls that you can use. There's it's hooked up to a bunch of different web search APIs. And so, there's a world now essentially where you get off a job order call. It automatically searches your entire candidate database to find out who the best matches are, drafts emails to all of them, pinging them about the role. Once you get the thumbs up, creates unique submittals for each of them. That's just one workflow. But you can essentially chain all of these tool calls together to do what is ideally a lot of the middle and bottom of the funnel work for you. So another example is, let's say you want to prep for closing a candidate. It will instantly look through all of the transcriptions you've ever had between the client, the candidate, look up there's several different things it's programmed to do on the research side, and it will put together a closing packet for you to save you all of that research that you would do. So that in a nutshell is what it will look like. But yeah, that's
awesome.
I've been spending the last few months on, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
Brad, Breeze, did we show you what we're doing with the call chunking?
Mm-mm.
Brad, you want to show them?
Yeah, I mean, how about I just describe it? what we've done is we have Fathom recorder calls,
Mhm.
and as they come in, we get a webhook from Fathom, which triggers a download of that transcript, and we then run the entire transcript through an LLM, and it's all time stamped, and we ask the LLM for the specific timestamps when the subject changes,
Mhm.
and we chunk based on what what we're talking about, and then we send that into an embedding model to chunk it, and we've or not to chunk it, to embed it.
Yep.
And we store it in a database, and now we've created an MCP server around it, and it's all totally searchable.
That's essentially, that's a big part of what this does, except the note taker is built in-house, and so it takes the transcript, it chunks it. It also, like, for example, it's also hooked up to, at this point, 3 ATSs, and soon obviously will be more, but let's say you upload a resume to the platform, it extracts it, chunks it as well. So that's how the searching part works. Is, so let's say you just go in and you say, hey, find me a match for all of the best candidates that I have for this role at this client. It starts at the chunking and embedding level. It's also a huge role taxonomy that basically every resume is assigned to. So it'll start from a non-LLM perspective and get your top 50 matches on paper. And then from there, it will do a lightweight pass on who the best 15 are. And then out of that, it will do a deep dive into each candidate, look at each past transcript, and then it will send you, basically put on a silver platter for you and be like, all right, cool, here's your best 8 candidates at this percentage ranking, and here's why they're a good match. So yeah, very, very similar.
Yeah.
I love that.
I
have that built out.
We also bring in Google Docs too and chunk those up. So it's acting as our knowledge base. It's not really client facing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we'll even need an ATS soon? Honestly, I think I can get away without one right now.
I think you will, just because, I mean, if you're storing hundreds of thousands of records or even tens of thousands of records, I think it just makes sense to have it. But unless ATSs start to get a lot more technology,
Expensive.
well, just modern in terms of what they can actually do, because most of them, I mean, they have AI features, but they kind of suck from what I've seen. Like I have sandbox access to like 5 ATSs right now. And even the basic stuff, like, oh, it's create your submittal agent. There's no ability to customize it. It just spits out some like generic crap over and over, and it's just, they're not very good.
Have you talked to these guys at spot.io?
Right now,
YC.
Oh yeah, if it's YC, they're probably more. It's
These
like
guys
them.
are,
I've seen are pretty good.
in.
Yeah, I think Atlas is pretty good.
Sure. What is it? Recruit with Atlas, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's .com. Okay, recruit with Atlas.com. It's a symbol's built on the Salesforce platform, and they're working on, I'm talking to their CEO, they want me to bring some workflows over there, but they are super expensive.
Which one is?
A symbol?
I haven't heard of them.
Tim, are you still on this call? No.
Dom, really quick, what was your question you just asked there about the ATS?
Are we going to need one soon? Like, I think I can get away without it right now. Just by what I have set up. Like, I think I showed you this, but.
Reese, I don't know exactly what it is that you do, but it will say, yeah, create an ATS, because there aren't any good ones out there that actually work.
Well, what's funny is I've deliberately built this on top of ATSs to try to avoid competing in that space, because it's, I mean, one, it's pretty crowded, and two, frankly, it's just a lot more engineering surface area of stuff that one has to build in order to get an ATS going, as opposed to something like this. I am finding that as I continue to build this, I'm sort of like sidestepping ATS stuff on purpose to where like 5 or 6 times I'd be like, this would be so much more goddamn easy if I was just tracking all this within the platform instead of having to, build all these integrations. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I haven't even launched it yet. I got a bunch more.
You just partner with one of the ones that you like that you think's the best and be like, hey, I'll bring in my tool. You got the ATS, let's go.
I mean, like I talked to Creelite yesterday, and they're thinking about, I was talking to them about something like that. I think that probably what will do in the future, assuming this continues to grow and get traction, is have almost like an optional ATS add-on, sort of like how Gem does, because Gem started as a sourcing tool, and then they made an ATS add-on, but then they still integrate with Greenhouse and Ashby and all the other ones. I don't know, TBD.
Yeah, I think Talon did that too.
Did they? Yeah,
Symbol's
I mean the way
you're right about that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
What did you say, Tom?
Symbol, that they want way too much fucking money. Those guys are
Way
crazy.
too much money. It's on the sales. A symbol.
Oh, a symbol.
It's
I put it in the
basically
chat.
it's built on Salesforce, and really what they did, I guess you could build it yourself a lot easier. I think if Losi was still here, he'd say that. Like, we tested it and it's like, yeah, guys, this is okay, but Salesforce is different. We can build this ourselves. Thanks. And for the price, expensive.
Yeah.
Loxo's API
when
key.
he sent me the
works
price,
great
I
for
was
me.
shocked.
I'm staying with them, and then JobIn's building me an API key that gives me access to LinkedIn messaging, emails, a unified inbox, and then their sourcing tool. So I'm excited to see when that pops.
I mean, with John Barry from Jarvie.
He's awesome too. Great guy.
Yeah. He's like, Dom, let's have a chat. I go, let's do it.
Does anybody use Pin?
I use Pin or use Pin.
I use it.
You like it?
Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I mean, it depends on what your current stack is. If you don't have any automation, it can work as an extension of you. But if long term, I think what Dom and Tom are doing, especially what Tom's doing, is the way to go. I'm basically gonna slowly but surely build my own and then be able to interface with it from wherever.
So that
I haven't done it yet, but yeah,
that's
you can message through it. It's got different ways of slicing and dicing. You do drip campaigns. You can sync it with your ATS as well, and it works for the most part. It's not perfect for trades, but you can find people still. But that's the only thing I would tell you from my experience with it.
Yeah, so actually my goal with once this is launched with platforms like Pin and Juicebox is I actually want the agent, since it was on the call and has all the information, to be able to create and integrate with those sourcing tools and then basically just drive your sourcing for you. Because it'll know exactly what you need since it was on the call and it has all the company context. And so you can create a sourcing platform and just source a certain amount of candidates per day. So I do like it. It's got some good
if you could figure out how to do that, integrate it with your AI, with what you're building, I think that would be very powerful and save a lot of time.
Yeah, I know. That's why as soon as I'm launched, my plan is to reach out to Pin and Juicebox and see what we can cook up.
Reese, that's
So
part
I just installed Prince Protocol and proved it. Thanks, man. This is awesome.
Hey.
That's part of my plan, but very specific to supply chain logistics. So down the road, I'll be able to sell this to them as a SaaS product or whatever we want. Or an agent, talking to an agent. Has anyone used Claude SEO yet for the website? It's pretty good.
I plan to. I haven't gotten there yet. I got to redo the whole site.
Yeah. It gave me a C+, and then it told me what to do exactly. Then I just one-shot prompt it with Perplexity right to the assistant on the left, and then it fixed it up for me.
What did you do? Just drop your website in there and say, give me an SEO rating?
Yeah, it's on my other computer in my office, but this one's separate, so I can't pull it up from
Did
here.
you do
but
it on Claude, just regular Claude AI? Or Claude Code or Claude Cowork?
Cowork.
Cowork,
Let me
okay.
see.
I think I saw something on Club Cowork about SEO. I didn't get a chance to check it out.
Is it basically align the same thing with practically building your website through Claude?
You can.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Was talking to another recruiter I communicate with. Matter of fact, a few of you probably know him, Nick Polini out of Portland, does Pharma.
Yeah.
He said he sat down a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday morning and started cranking on Claude and basically rebuilt his entire website through Claude. He says it was just ridiculously easy, not knowing anything about coding, or they got it done. It took about 8 hours, but what is it? CascadiaSearch.com, I think is his company, but he built that through Claude just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He used to be that's an old MRI office, management recruiter's office. And he's been around. His mother was a big recruiter too.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Thinking of the same guy.
30 years. Yeah, he's got his arms around the tech stack shit. I had to call him about Loxo, and evidently all of us are experiencing the same damn thing with Loxo right now. I'm about fed up with it.
What's going on with Loxo?
Just like if you use it, if you have the widget for the Chrome extension, are they in your database? Are they not? The scraping feature will not, sometimes might scrape the contact info. Now it's not wanting to scrape the geographical information. It's just it's a fucking shit show is what it is.
It is. Like it's not grabbing you used to grab the when you grab one candidate, you used to grab like the PDF that you can download and you put that in the resume section so you had kind of something to work off of. Doesn't do that anymore. Sometimes it grabs the contact info, sometimes it doesn't. I didn't even hear about the location stuff. And I'm on the damn Loxo. There's a fucking name for it. I'm on a board of advisors of a bunch of recruiters, and everybody's pissed. So,
yeah, my understanding is what's Matt's last name? Carter. What the fuck? The founder, the owner.
Matt Chambers.
Yeah, Chambers, and I've heard he's just got himself on top of the PE pedestal, holier than thou, with a gigantic.
They got $100 million. Like they're gonna, they're like you think with all that money they would fix a lot of this shit, and obviously the PE's what's going to end up fucking happening is the PE firms is going to fire him, split the company, do the shit they always do. Like it's starting.
Yeah,
that's why I have backups. Like Jarvie's there. I'm if I need to, I'm just running right to Jarvie.
His reply back to me, Nick said that he kind of follows. He's one of the well-known recruiters that kind of an authoritarian voice, whatever. Rosen. Yeah, Rosen. He said he told Nick was telling me that Rosen's like they all suck. Crelate, Top Echelon.
He's leaving Crelate. It's not official yet, but he's fucking had it with Crelate.
Yeah,
I thought he was done. I think
he might be done. He was on the meeting I was on the other day, and I was in and out, jumping back and forth. So I think he said something that he was done, but I don't know officially.
Yeah, I guess, it's sort of like Loxo's like the best of the worst. I've been bitching for 6 months. Like, this is just stupid, clunky shit you need to fix. Then I had to I was getting ready to take off. I went to go submit a candidate right before Christmas, right before the holidays. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to start a drive from Denver to Phoenix. And I'm just like cramming, and all of a sudden I go to submit a candidate through Loxo, and it's like, what the hell is this?
Oh, the new Loxo submittal.
Yep. And I was like, you didn't say anything. There's no instructions with it. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, whatever. It's just like, you guys are dropping shit. You're just, hey, I'm on this new technology. Isn't this slick and cool? And I'm just firing back to support going, it'd be really fucking cool if your basic bare bones shit actually worked with any kind of consistency whatsoever.
And you didn't drop shit and tell us you were changing shit.
That was another piece of it. I was like, you're just changing shit up. You're rolling out new technology. You can't make your basic technology work. I mean, I'll tell you, there's some money to be made right now in an ATS, but it's what was the other one? Nick told me about.
Reset it. There's so many people in that game. It's like, is it even worth it?
Yeah,
well, it's not. It's not
it's
worth
too many
it.
competitors. That's why I wanted to build something on top of it, where it's like, regardless of what you have, it'll work. Then you just got
good point. Yep.
ATS integrations.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they're all off my soapbox on that one. I've been bitching about this for months and just fed up with it as I sit here and flip jobs around in Loxo. But anyway,
Steve, mine still AK will enter candidates and mine will still say that candidate is not in the database. The owl will be black, and I'll be like, "But what the fuck? I know I put him in there."
Yep. You know, Dom, you told me that a couple of weeks ago, and I actually did experience the same thing. And then I'll copy and paste their name into the people section and enter it, and they're like, "Yeah, no, they're not in here." And then all of a sudden, I've got a duplicate, and I mean, it's really, really bad. I can't imagine working over there and getting their ass chewed on forever, because that was the other thing, as Nick was saying, is something